What's good, everybody? We are back with yet another mobile battle royale comparison video. So this year has been crazy in the battle royale community, especially for mobile, with the release of Rules of Survival, what I believe to be one of the first, if not the first, battle royale mobile game. So we've been playing Rules of Survival a lot on the channel, and we've had so much hype around Fortnite. Just in the general gaming community, when we figured out it was coming to mobile, even more hype. So we were actually able to get some access to the game thanks to my roommate Woo, signed up early and let me use his account. So today we're going to be comparing the two. Obviously, there are lots of differences. There are some similarities, but they are two very different styles of game. So we're going to talk about differences just in regards to how the game plays, things I like about each of them, things I don't like about each of them, and what they both could probably improve on based off what we've seen so far. So I did mobile gameplay for both of these gameplays that you're seeing right now, just because I wanted it to be even. Didn't want to do Fortnite PC against Rules of Survival PC because Fortnite was made for PC, Rules of Survival was made for mobile. Since we're doing it on mobile, we want that to be the comparison. So starting off, just taking a look at the graphics, I was a little bit underwhelmed with the graphics for Fortnite Mobile. I was expecting them to be a little bit better. Now, we saw from the trailers they weren't going to be up to the same quality as what we have in the regular Fortnite game, which you would expect. Like, it's a mobile game. It's not going to be the same quality of graphics, but at the same time, I was expecting a little bit better. It looks almost 720p, maybe even a little bit lower quality whenever you're playing the game. And most people that are watching the stream or watching videos of gameplay are going to notice that as well. So Rules of Survival actually has a few different options in regards to the graphics. You can upgrade it all the way to Ultra Graphics, and you can also put it into high FPS mode. So what you guys are seeing is the best possible graphics for Rules of Survival. Ultra for the quality of the game, and also on high FPS, so about 60 FPS. You can definitely tell the difference whenever you are playing the game. But for the most part, obviously they both look nice. Fortnite is a very different style of graphics, so Rules of Survival goes more for realism. Fortnite is more cartoonish, and I think a lot of people like that just because cartoons are fun, they remind you of childhood, whatever it is. But overall, I would definitely give the advantage to Rules of Survival in regards to the graphics comparison. Now, getting down to functionality. Obviously, Fortnite is going to have a little bit more adjusting to do. They're not a full game. They've only been out for so long being a day, actually. So they haven't had any opportunities to implement changes or anything like that, like Rules of Survival has over the past few months since it's been out. But for the most part, I'm not a huge fan of the functionality of the controls for Fortnite Mobile, mainly because they're so spread out and uneven. So we're going to switch the views real quick just to take a look at the controls for each of the different games. On the top, we're displaying where the normal controls would be for a mobile game on Fortnite. On the bottom, we're showing where the normal controls would be on a mobile game for Rules of Survival. As you can see, Rules of Survival has a pretty good layout, down all in the relative same area. Obviously, your thumbs only have so much range of motion, and at least for people playing on a phone, most of the time they're going to be using their thumbs to play. Now, for Fortnite, the controls are actually super spread out, and you can't really see them either. So unless you're using the controls, you can't see the joystick. You just kind of have to assume that it's there. In order to shoot, you don't really have a shoot button. There is one on the top left side, but you're not going to want to use the same thumb to move around and also to shoot. So you can tap the screen in order to shoot, but it's not very intuitive either. So next we're going to be taking a look at the rest of the controls because I can't even fit all the controls onto the same screen with Rules of Survival in order to show you everything that they have for Fortnite Mobile. So this view gives you a full idea of the controls for Fortnite Mobile. As you can see, you do have that fire button up in the top left corner, but you're basically never going to use that, I'm guessing, unless you're auto running. So you can actually double tap on the move, like the little joystick down in the bottom left corner, and it will auto run for you. In that case, you might want to use it, but most people are probably going to be used to shooting with their right thumb or right pointer finger, depending on how you play the game, and if that's the case, you're pretty much never going to use that button in the top left corner, which makes it pretty much useless. Also, as you can see, the scope button, the crouch button, and the jump button are all super spread out, so they're not really very close to where you would be tapping the screen to shoot at all. And because of that, it makes it pretty tough to do all of them smoothly. Obviously, some of it is just getting used to it and whatever would be required for that. But on another part, you kind of want them to be closer together because the closer they are, the quicker you can react to what's happening in the game. Now, another thing you're going to want to be aware of is the difficulty of building. So in the bottom right, you can see they got the little build key. Building happens the exact same way that it happens in Fortnite on PC and on console. So one of the things that I liked about a new game called Fortcraft that NetEase made is they actually had a single button that you could use to build an entire structure. So basically one level of a shelter that you would normally make in Fortnite, you could build it up in a second rather than having to take probably 15 to 20 seconds to build one, which is what it's most likely going to take you in Fortnite Mobile. Now, obviously, in regards to gameplay style, the two games are going to be very different. Obviously, Rules of Survival is a lot more like PUBG than it is like Fortnite, so you're going to have vehicles, different types of things that you can use in the game. You're not going to have anything like a jump pad or impulse grenades or anything like that. It's meant to be more realistic, whereas Fortnite Mobile is meant to be more cartoonish. And there's not necessarily one better thing. There's just different preferences for different people. So in that regard, I can't say that one is better than the other. It really comes down to what you enjoy. Now, I've really enjoyed Fortnite Mobile because I do like the extra dimensions added to the game. While realism is fun, I definitely can get a little bit bored of Rules of Survival because you're basically doing the same thing over and over again. And you're really never going to have two games of Fortnite or Fortnite Mobile that are exactly the same. It's always going to be changing. And it's really fun to play with your friends as well because I feel like there's an extra dimension of teamwork added when you add the ability to build and everything that goes into that. So overall, they're both really, really good games. Also, one thing I'm just now noticing, there aren't, well, not just now noticing, but just now pointing out, there aren't any bots in Fortnite, obviously. I'm not really sure what the purpose of bots is in Rules of Survival. Obviously, I know that sometimes they are meant to fill the place of the players that would normally be going into the game, but bots don't require any skill to kill. So I feel like it's mainly meant as just more of an ego boost than anything else. I'm not really sure. I guess padding your stats as well, which isn't really necessary. So part of the thing that is cool about playing Fortnite is you know if you win, it's because it was 100% you and your teammates, not because you managed to take out a couple extra automated players that didn't really put any challenge into the game. So once again, that's probably another preference thing. That doesn't play a huge role in which is the better game. And overall, I think Fortnite in the long run is going to do better just because it's connected to Fortnite console, which is currently the most popular game in the world. Hands down, changing the gaming industry. You got people like Ninja playing Fortnite with Drake and Travis Scott and Juju Smith and like all this stuff going on that's never happened like it has with Fortnite. So just based off what we've seen in Fortnite in the past and the way that Epic Games has addressed different concerns that they've had in the past, we know that they're probably going to address the things that people have talked about so far. Things like the difficulty of building, difficulty to control. They will probably, if I am correct, end up adding a way for you to adjust the controls yourself so you can basically tell the game where you want them laid out. I believe Rules of Survival actually already has that. So hopefully Fortnite can get that added as well. I think that would be a huge addition to the game because also there are probably people that are left-handed that would rather have the controls flipped around, and I don't think there's any way to do that right now. So, well, like I said, lots of things that can be changed, but also lots of things that are working to their advantage as well. And hopefully we'll see those coming in the future. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the game so far. I know a lot of you probably haven't gotten to play it because they haven't sent out a ton of invite codes. We're actually going to be streaming later and giving away some invite codes that my roommate was given on his account. You guys are definitely going to want to be there for that. So make sure you subscribe down below, and also guys, make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. If there's any other comparison videos you guys want me to do, make sure you let me know down in the comment section below. I'm probably going to be doing a Fortnite Mobile versus Fortcraft video since those are the two most comparable videos and probably the best comparison because I think there are actually a lot of things that NetEase did really well in their development of that game. So I'm looking forward to that video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, make sure you drop a like down below if you did, and I will see you guys next time.